How many times are you going to downplay what God has given you or what God could bless you with because you lack the faith and the willingness to obey? A woman in the book of 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 1 to 7 came crying to Elisha about a man threatening to take her sons as slaves. Now back then, if you were a debtor or you had debt, you were owing debt to someone, you were allowed to pay it off by selling yourself or your children as slaves. She didn't want her children to be taken away as slaves, so she came to Elisha for help. And Elisha responded with very much compassion. He was like, "How can I help you?" But then he asked a very important question after this. He said, "Tell me what is in your house. Tell me what is in your house." That's what he asked her. Now I'm asking you, what do you have that God has given you? What do you have that God has given you as a gift that God has blessed you with? That's what he asked to the woman. And she was like, "Well, nothing at all except this flask of olive oil." In the Old Testament times, olive oil was very valuable. It was used for lighting lamps, it was used for anointing, it was used for cooking. It was a very valuable thing to have back then. Elisha made a plan and told her, "Gather as many jars as you possibly can. Ask your friends, ask your neighbors, shut the door behind you, and pour the oil into those flasks until they all full." So she did as she was told. She moved, she obeyed. She went with her sons, they poured the oil in all of the jars, and each and every single one of those jars were full to the brim. I mean, full to the brim. From that one flask of olive oil, God can provide abundantly from the small things that you have. God can multiply from the small things that you have. So she went back and told Elisha everything that happened, and he said to her, "Take the jars, sell them, pay your debt, and keep the rest." Do you notice that this woman looked at what she had? She didn't compare herself to other people. She didn't look at her neighbors. She used what she had. They made an effective plan. She took action in faith and obedience and reaped the reward. God provided in abundance from the little that she had. God was able to multiply what she had. God's provision is as large as your faith and willingness to obey. So be careful not to limit God's blessings because you lack faith, because of your lack of faith and willingness to move, willingness to obey, because God can do above and beyond. God can do exceedingly above and beyond what we can think or imagine.